tracking this on your Zepbound weight loss journey and TIRZEPATIDE weight loss journey. Hi, beautiful friends. I am Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about stop doing this. But first, I've lost over 100 pounds the last 23 months of taking Mounjaro and Zepbound and TIRZEPATIDE compound. I've taken a combination of those as a result of the shortages, which is why people get a little bit confused when I say, it's because of the shortages. And on today's episode, I want to talk about stop doing this particular tracking method. This video is a result of one of our beautiful viewers. I don't want to say her name, but her comment was, do you hate weighing yourself? Of course, with years of pain, struggle, sadness, new habits, I've developed a fear of weighing. I beg your pardon, it was Marla who wrote this. Could you please talk about the triggering effect of weighing and how to deal with it best? Also, what is your schedule for weigh-in? What is best? Thanks for the info you provided, so helpful. Well, first and foremost, Marla, I'm giving you big hugs and kisses. You have written, I've gotten this comment tons of times. And so I wanted to do a whole episode talking about tracking specifically for your Zepbound weight loss journey or your TIRZEPATIDE weight loss journey and what has worked well for me. As always, I'm not a medical health provider. Always talk to your own healthcare doctor for anything medical. But I wanted to do today's videos coming up with some solutions because I have talked about how triggering it has been for me getting on the scale and how I don't have that issue anymore. I really do feel like there's been full healing on there, and that it used to getting on the scale used to dictate my mood. I got my new Renpho scale. I decided to treat myself and get test out some of the new Renpho stuff. So I got a new scale, and it used to trigger me getting on the scale. It would dictate my mood. It would dictate my feelings. It would dictate a lot of stuff. And I came to the point of where I was like, I am not going to let the daggone scale have that much power over me. No. I'm going to take back my power. And so what I want to talk about is if it is triggering you for weighing, for me, just pausing from weighing was helpful enough. My first tip for you is take photos. There are going to be a couple of other tracking methods because I do believe, in my experience, strength, and hope, a track number grows. I've started from scratch 3 multi-million-dollar businesses that I've grown to multi-million dollars each time. And how I know I can apply those business principles to weight loss principles, and it's true, and weight loss for me is a track number grows, which is why I test things like my Oura Ring and my Google Pixel smartwatch to see for tracking reasons for health. And then I have my hot husband tracking right now, the Fitbit 4, to see which one of these tracking methods is best. But in terms of like actual weight loss, we do need some sort of metric for measurement. And so it's a matter of what is it going to be? If you're like me and where the scale dictates your mood, it dictates like that, just right there is full stop on that. Full stop on that. Then don't. I feel like that's counterintuitive to what some people say, but for me, I was like, well, then I'm just not going to. I did it at the beginning. And then I did throughout, of course, but there was a pocket a while back of where I didn't weigh. I needed a mental reprieve from the squirrel cage in which getting on the scale bothered me. So I'm giving you permission today. The Countess of Shopping says, check, you don't have to weigh yourself on a scale if that is super triggering for you. Instead, I've got other methods. I would love if you had healing associated with that. For me, going to literally see a therapist over this was the breaking and tipping point for me to work through the mental, because it was all mind effery associated with it. And then now once I've healed that, honey, I hop on that scale and like, woo! But when the scale goes down, that doesn't dictate my day anymore. Okay, let me be completely honest. In a drastic capacity in which it used to, I would get overly excited if the scale went down and I would get very upset when the scale didn't. Now I can, being brutally honest, baseline, beeline, keep it flat, even Steven, for the most part. There's a slight up and slightly, but it really doesn't have a strong hold over me. And once you give me a cup of coffee, I'm on to the next thing. So I want you to, tip number 1 is to stop weighing yourself if you don't want to, but you do need another form of tracking in my humble opinion. So pictures. Before and after pictures are very powerful. Today we did, it's Friday as I'm filming this, we did Face-to-Face Friday in my free encouragement group. I'll link all of my free resources listed down in the description link below. I have a new Zepbound weight loss printable tracker. If you are a pen to paper tactile person, you can use this for WEGOVY weight loss or semaglutide weight loss. It's just a tracker for your weight loss journey. Go ahead and print that out. Put that on your bathroom mirror. My free gift to you. But having these pictures, there's another one, has been so motivating throughout my journey as I've gone through this 100-pound weight loss. Like, wow, she lost a lot of weight. By the way, that Balenciaga, someone ripped me a new one over that Balenciaga sweater. Boo, I bought that before the Balenciaga scandal. I certainly don't own Balenciaga, like I don't wear Balenciaga now. Someone really just lifted me up. And if you're watching and that was you, I'm wagging my finger at you. I don't buy Balenciaga now, but that's my before photo. So, and I'm proud of that weight loss change. It's very drastic, that before and after picture. Here's me with Mr. Freddie when he was a pup, and these are a while ago. So this is not even accurate now as to what I look like. But you guys see how much of an impact it has to be like, wow, I really do look a lot different. I look a lot different. And that is a great metric to keep us going. I think that having these little nuggets to keep us going along the journey. And now in my my latest before and after picture, y'all, I did my hair for this one in the skirt or the dress. Is so profound to me. As I am wearing a dress. I haven't worn a dress in forever. The non-scale victory. My legs could be showing. And just the contrast of my life, very helpful. That's number one. Number two, clothes. I saved these pants. These were when I was on Good Morning America. These were the pants that I had that I was showing. They have elastic on them. They're bungee. That's a big waist. These were baggy, to be clear. These are size 26. Like, it was my size. And they fit, and I wore them. And then they got loose. It was my first piece of clothing to get really, really loose. But they did fit at one point. And I liked them because they have little tuxedos on the sides. And these were from Athletica. And I was like, oh, I don't want to get rid of them because they were expensive pants. So I wore these for a long time. I wore these till literally the legs fell off. They would like, you could flag me. Whoop! What's that on The Simpsons where they're like, my hot husband could come over and go, so I had to get rid of these, and they don't have drawstrings, which is one of the best blessings. The sweatpants that I'm wearing now are my Old Navy size large pants. Those have drawstrings. Drawstrings are your best friends when you're losing weight, I swear. But also they're a blessing and a curse, the elastic waistband. I'm really trying not to wear elastic waistbands anymore because they can be deceptive. But clothes, me looking at this with my current pants, I wish I had worn a different top so you guys could see how much of a contrast that is. Like, that is a drastic, my waist is not that size anymore. Maybe I'm wearing those pants in that. Am I wearing these pants in the before picture? I think I am. I think it's the same pants. So clothing is the next way I want you to track. If it is causing an emotional trigger, weighing yourself, track your clothes. It's really cool to see too. And then to hold those up and then hold my new pants up is so cool. Number three, one of our group members equates their weight loss to like a bag of sugar or like different things, which I think is so cool in my free encouragement group. Again, I'll link that down below, of where it's like an animal or a dog or a squirrel or like these different things that weigh the same amount. And I think that's such a good representation of turning the scale that causes anxiety into a positive of, oh, I've lost 4 squirrels. How much does a squirrel weigh? Hold on, we got to ask Google here. Hold on. How much does the average squirrel weigh? The average squirrel weighs 1 to 1.5 pounds. So we're going to say 1 pound. So if you've lost 30 pounds, you've lost 30 squirrels. You've lost 30 squirrels, you nuts, you crazy little minx. Tip number 4 is tape measure. I have harped on this one. I actually got a new one. I'm kind of obsessed. Like, you nerd out over your weight loss tools. This is the new high tech, but it's not crazy price point tape measure. I'll link it down below. This bad boy, it has on here where you can, it syncs to the app, the Renfo app. So you can get the scale to sync together with this. And if you do blood pressure, and they also have the food scale too. But the cool part about this is it holds, so you can like do it on your, hold on. Now I got to show you guys the whole process. The tape measure is really cool because then it's truly, there is no emotion in the equation. I just take this and then I can cinch it and then I'll have to hold it Is that not the coolest? So this is a neat one. It's an inexpensive tool where you can go through and it shows your different, I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. It's not showing up. Your different body parts like your neck, your arm, da, da, da. Like you can go through your stomach, your thigh. And this, to me, there's no emotion in inches or centimeters or whatever. And what do our UK friends use? You guys are different than we are with our metric systems. Hopefully my mic's not jacked. Tape measure, that's number 4. Number 5, this is probably my least favorite one, but it's still an option for you, is a trusted source can be your unit of measurement. My husband will tell me if I honestly, sometimes too brutally honest, I'm like, you're too honest right now. I'm too sensitive. I'm a sensitive little bird. My husband will be very honest with me and be like, babe, you look a little puffy today, or babe, you look smoking. Like my husband is very, to a fault, he's very honest. I'm like, I wish you were a little less honest, okay? Can we just have a little sugar coating on it? Some cream for your sugar helps the medicine go down. But he's very honest. And so having a trusted source, if you have someone like that in your life that you can be like, what do you think? Do you think I look like I've lost weight? I have people like that, other friends too, that when they give me the reaction of, girl, you've lost weight, I know they're telling the truth. My friend Courtney's like that. Like she'll be like, oh, you look pretty, or oh my gosh, you've lost weight. Like you can tell with certain friends when there's feedback, they'll give you the feedback, you know? I have friends in my life that are always kind and loving, but like you can tell when it's like you've lost weight or in your face. I was at, you guys know I'm a video marketing consultant for my job, and I was at one of my clients' offices and one of the gals was like, oh my gosh, from when I saw you last this summer, how much have you lost? You look like you've lost a tremendous amount more. I'm like, actually, it's not really that much more, but I know that there's more muscle and definition and things like that. And so, not that I want to be relying on others, people's opinions and things like that, but it is helpful to have trusted, that's the key part of this, trusted people's opinions to help on my tracking journey. So all of that to say, one other tip I did want to put on there is tracking makes it fun. So maybe you don't for your scale, maybe you want to do smiley faces or something, a positive association with those. One of our group members puts marbles into a jar for each pound loss. So there's this whole jar of marbles and that really helps to motivate her. You could do pennies, you could do a bunch of different things. There's lots of positive associations you can do to make this a positive experience. Now, I have a whole video on hypo responders, people who do not respond to Zepbound or Mounjaro, or they do very slowly. And some portion of the population just doesn't. There was a study recently, and I need to cite my source, of 1 in 5 just don't lose weight from this study. I need to pull up my source to cite that, so call me, like, take that for a grain of salt because I don't have a source to back that up right now, and not that I would make anything up, but you know what I mean? Like on the internet, we need to be fact checking. We need to be source citing. I always require that of myself, and I don't have a source to cite on that. That's off the top of my brain. But 1 in 5, if that is the accurate one, which I'm pretty sure it is, don't lose weight, then this whole thing is for naught. And it can get very frustrating. And I understand more than anybody, having gone through a weight stall, basically this, I was about to say this summer, but it was this summer. I traveled a bunch. There's a lot of reasons until I got down and dirty about tracking my food. There's a couple of reasons of why I pushed past my weight stall, but I want to encourage you that these are, for me, I'll use my I statements. These are all part of the lessons I've had to learn. Learning to get past the scale and the scary berries of the scale has made a big difference for me. And not to invalidate my feelings if it was scary berries because of like what Marla said, of years and years of, I love how she put it, of pain, struggle, and sadness, and having new habits. She's developing new habits, but there's a fear of weighing. I get that in my soul, and I don't want to invalidate that, which is why I was like, then do something else. Come back to that later. You know what I mean? Like, for me, figuratively and literally, once I got some weight underneath my belt, weight loss underneath my belt, figuratively and literally, that made it easier for me to get on the scale. When there was weight loss and weight movement, it made it easier to weigh. But where it's really dang difficult is when the scale is not moving. And a percentage of people on GLP-1 medication is not going to see the scale move. You may require a higher level, higher dosing. If you just started Zepbound or Mounjaro, go watch my hypo responder video. I go into all that. There's a scientific reason for it. It's not that you're defective, because honey, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. As long as you've had your blood panels and you're checking in with your healthcare provider and things like that, that they're aware, they're going to give you some tips. But some people just don't respond to GLP-1 medications. And I don't know why. I've been blessed that I have had such, I've worked my butt off, I know that. But also, some people are working their butts off and not seeing the scale move. I am here to, one, affirm you, two, encourage you, and three, say I'm praying the dickens for you. We do know that calorie sema, well, we hopefully do know, hopefully, it's getting tested to get FDA approval here. Once it's done with the clinical trials, it will go into FDA approval and hopefully get approved to come on the marketplace. That is from the manufacturer Novo Nordisk. It is higher, results are higher than tirzepatide, semaglutide. I'm excited about that. I will be one of the first people in line with my healthcare provider. Join Fridays, use the discount code QUEEN to get that medication, because I am on Zepbound 15 milligrams. And I'm hoping that, like, anyways. So I want to affirm to people, if it's challenging, if it's scary, Barry, keep going, because a track number grows, but pushing through some of these old fears, old beliefs, old thoughts. With GLP-1 medication, we can reconstruct new stuff. I almost said a cuss word, new. And so within that, great things are happening. And not just for me, I'm not special. I'm really not. My mom says I'm special, but I'm not that special. And so if it can happen for me, it can happen for you too. And so I want to encourage you, if you are one of those hypo responders is what they're called, or slower losers, you're not losing quickly, or you're not losing at all. One, I would definitely make sure that you're, talking to your healthcare provider, and maybe seeking dietitian guidance on there too, of getting additional support on there. If you cannot afford that, then I would look into looking on YouTube and things like that for people who tell you how many calories you should have. I follow Jordan Sait as one of my nutrition people who I really like. Higher Up Wellness. They're dudes, they're not ladies. And a couple of the other accounts that I follow as well. Find some trusted people who you vibe with in terms of dietitian if you are not losing, to help refine the foods that you're eating. For me, it's 1,500 calories and 125 to 150 grams of protein per day. That is for me. I'm not saying that's for you. Janice from Wisconsin, who's going to comment on that I'm giving, I'm not saying that for everybody. That is for me and my 6 feet tall frame who walks 2 to 5 miles per day. So to give context on that, Jana, that I love you from Wisconsin. There's no such, I just made that up. But Wisconsin, one of our awesome viewers is from Wisconsin. She's like, Cheesehead. Anyways, that's why I said Wisconsin, because Wisconsin was on my brain. All of that to say, you can do this. And if it gives you the scary berries like it did me, I'm hoping that you have the healing I have had, that now it's not an emotional, even whatever. You know what I mean? I would have rather back in the day have had a pap smear than weigh myself. Now I'm like, I'll weigh myself. Thank you. Just joking. Did that make you laugh? Hopefully that made you laugh. Hopefully you got a little giggle, a little giggly gaggly. I'm going to link down below, because I know you guys are going to ask, this new body tape measure. It's pretty cool. It's lightweight too. I recommend it. I like it. I'm glad I got that. Scale, like it, love it. I like all the syncing things together. They go together like rama-lama lama, dippity dingy dong. Danielle, that was my singing song for you on this video. But I hope that helps you too, Marla, of these other methods until you get to the point of where you feel strong enough to start doing it. I have a friend who's lost a ton of weight. I'm not quite sure how much this person has lost because they don't weigh themselves. And by the way, when I went to the doctor, I had forgotten this until I recently went back for my physical. So I got a physical recently. My blood panels are it's the best they've been in decades, quite frankly, a long, long time. And my doctor's like, I didn't weigh the last time I was there, which was before I started GLP-1 medication. I refused. I'm like, no, you can take the scale from my house of what I weighed myself there, which was X, Y, and Z. I was like, I'm not getting on your scale at the doctor's office. It causes too much emotional at the doctor's office, because usually I have on a winter coat or heavy boots, or I've had a whole bunch of food before I've come in. You weigh 10 pounds more with your clothes on and your boots on and your food in your stomach and drinking water and all that, as opposed to getting naked in the morning with no clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Right after you've gone to the bathroom. Don't get it twisted. I still do all those things. But now that you guys have that visual image. But so in my doctor's office, I refused to weigh myself. And so when I was at my physical, they're like, oh yeah, you had refused to weigh yourself last time. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And I'm glad I did, honestly, because it did cause me emotional, even just saying I didn't want to be weighed caused me like anxiety about it. And I cried later on, but I didn't want to cry when I was at my doctor's office. And now I wave myself when I I weighed myself. I'm like, go ahead and wave me, babies. Go ahead. So if that's a trigger for you, talk to your doctor about that too. Like if you have to weigh yourself at the doctor's office, like tell them, like they're healthcare providers. They should be helping us, correct? And if they're not, go find a healthcare provider that does, or that one that focus in on obesity management, chronic obesity management. I love you guys so super much. I hope this video was helpful. If anybody's watching this, I hope it's Marla. I hope that if no one else watches this video except for Marla, I hope that that encourages you. I hope that that gives you some other tools in your toolbox to use. And most of all, hopefully, I'm hoping and praying for you is that you have healing from the scary berries, that you can get to the point of where it doesn't matter. You'll be like, I'll take the pap smear. I mean, I won't take the pap smear. I'll take the scale. They came out so weird and not at all, but whatever. I'm a weirdo today. We're the weirdos unite. Our accountability question of the day: what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Tell me in the comments below. Number 2, our emoji of the day is going to be, what did I say earlier that I was liking? Oh shoot, fiddlesticks. Well, we're gonna do scale. We're gonna do scale. That's emoji of the day. If you don't know what an emoji of the day is, it helps me to get to know you better because I care. Seeing your name pop up over and over and over, even with just an emoji, helps me to, with the pattern recognition of your name. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll know your name. I love you guys so super much. If you've not gotten my free stuff, my free side effects tracker, my free Zepbound tracker, the printable for weighing yourself, like the one if you want to put that in your bathroom or like in the cabinet in your bathroom, all of those are on countessofshopping.com and also in the description link below, all of my resources. And binge watch the videos. There's 400 of them. If you've not shared these with your GLP-1 bestie, share these videos. Hello, sharing is caring. Your friends are going to watch them. Whenever people share with me their favorite YouTubers, I'm like, yay. So sharing is caring. And click like and subscribe. So many of you guys are not subscribed. What's up with that? Click that subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for the daily show. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shop and count my blessings because life is delicious. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.